poppin'? It is your girl Tara Chantel, and welcome back to another Bag Talk session where we get intimate with that spiritual bag within. Yo, I got the homie Chris in the building. You do it all, from personal training to you have your own clothing brand to media. Wow, what inspired you to do all of this?
So I do go by Chris, but I also go by KC. And for the people who don't know, some of them call me Flex.
Okay,
so some people really don't know my name at all, which is fine. It's all good. But what inspired me to do everything? I wouldn't say this is something I've always done. Like taking pictures and filming, something I did as a kid. Working out, I was always into sports, so sports was cool. And then what else do? I do filming, I do website design. So it's really just the whole creative side. I've always been a creative person. I've always been wanting to build. I used to play with Legos and Connects as kids, so it was always building something and putting something together. So that's just, I guess, how the brain works.
Oh, wow. The key word you said right there is building. I feel like it's a lack of men that wants to work with their hands today, especially in Atlanta. It's a lot of trends that just wants to be gangster rappers out here.
Yeah, just gangster and just real chill. They just want to kind of just scam and flip, which is okay. I respect the hustle, but yeah, the hard work is kind of being pushed to the side.
Yeah.
I can see that a lot. A lot of people just want the to get in and get it. They don't want to get dirty. They don't want to use their hands. They just want the money and that's it.
Yes. What is with that though? Is it just in Atlanta that everybody's just striving for music?
From here?
No.
No, where are you from?
I'm from Cleveland, Ohio.
Okay, when did you come here?
3 years ago.
Okay, so I've been here all my life. So I would say this is a city. It's a melting pot. The city's not really established. Outside of your Hollywood and your music, the city's really just, everybody's just getting it in. You got makeup, you got hair, tattoo, fashion, podcasts, photography. You know what I'm saying? There's just so much stuff going on right now where people are putting in work. Don't get us wrong. People are definitely putting in the work. But you definitely see people come here and just put on the image.
Yes. What advice can you give young men that how you work with your hands, how you have multiple businesses like this? What advice can you give these young men to strive for greatness like this that you doing?
I guess the only advice I could tell somebody is ultimately just don't give up. Because as long as you're creating something and working on it, it'll never fail. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You will only get it as far as what you make it. But as far as you never give up, your business will never fail.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you just got to keep going. Even if you put a project together and it doesn't work, you know what I'm saying? Work on another project or look at that project, write the stuff you did wrong, write the good feedback, and just keep it going because you want longevity. You don't really want just a hype right then and there because as consumers, they're hype on your product and then 2 weeks later they might forget about you. That's just how customers work. So you kind of want to just always keep going, no matter how your outcome is. Keep working on it. I guess that's what I would say.
Yes, and I love how you said it's like really no definition of failure. What is failure? I feel like we are scared to start certain things because of perfectionism.
Right.
But I don't think failure exists because this is all of our first rodeo here.
Yeah. Failure is really just giving up. I don't think, like you said, I don't think you can fail because we're definitely the first wave of social media entrepreneurs. We're not the first wave of entrepreneurs. We're kind of the first wave of social media, but we're definitely the first wave of entrepreneurs who solely created their thing through social media. So I would just tell people, just don't quit. Just keep it going. And if you got to reinvent yourself, that's fine. You know what I mean? Like, we as humans are supposed to be here for 100 years on the earth. So if you want to reinvent yourself at 26 years old, it's perfectly fine. Just do it.
Yeah, and I love how you stated about social media because that plays a huge role in our businesses and as just being an entrepreneur. Let's talk about that. Tell us the strengths that we should focus on social media to stand out.
Be yourself. As far as social media is one thing I've learned from doing this since 2012, so 8 years. Been doing social media for a little bit over 10 years. I think we got, first was on Tagged and then MySpace and then Facebook. I was really big on Twitter, like from 2010 to 2012. I was really super big on Twitter. So,
are you still on Twitter?
Well, I just got back on it a couple of months ago, so it's been 8 years since I've been on it. But we used to just be on it all the time. Twitter After Dark.
Yeah.
All different trending topics. It used to be really popular.
Tawtr is still popping.
That's what I hear. I usually get on when there's like something trending going on. So if there's a award show or sports, I'll get on and just talk. You know what I mean? You can pretty much, you need to find out who you are. I guess I'll start with that. Find out who you are, find out what you're good at, and find out what you have. Because the cool thing about social media is you can be like 10 different people at one time.
That's scary. I mean? Yeah, that's dangerous.
It's definitely dangerous. But if you have 10 different specialties, I mean, you can have a web page or a page just strictly for your podcast. And let's just say you might have a page where you strictly want to promote working on websites. You know what I mean? So there's just 2 pages right then and there, because you don't want to merge the two, because it is 2 separate businesses. It is 2 separate audiences. You know what I mean? So if you want to separate the page, you can. I know a lady who has one page that she does hair, and I have another. She has another page where she does nails. She doesn't combine the 2 businesses, and she doesn't say that she's on both pages, but she technically has 2 businesses running.
Yeah. How do we maintain multiple pages like that?
It's just kind of like maintaining multiple jobs. You just have to make the time.
Yeah.
You know, that's all it is making the time and dedicating yourself. That's really it. That's it. Like it's one of those things as a business, if you have a social media page, you need to use it. If you have it and don't use it, you're hurting yourself more than anything. So yeah, you just got to use it as a job. Just treat it like a regular 9 to 5, treat it like a regular job.
Wow, yeah, treat it like, hey, I feel like as being an entrepreneur, it's like no days off. It's no 9 to 5. It's
not at all.
You gonna do it all day.
You have to do it all day, because your customers don't sleep. With social media, you're attached to everybody in the world.
Yeah.
So at any time you could get a customer. At any time you can make some money.
Yeah. It's
so it's
truly,
one of those things you gotta, like you said, it's a never ending hustle.
It is truly a grind. It is truly a grind. Tell us more about the mission of Flexlanta, because you flexing out here. What does it mean? What does it stand for?
So it's more so of a community of people, and we all have our different things we bring to the table. Somebody said that Flexlanta is the album and everybody associated with is the single. Yeah. So you can't really just take one person and let them give you an answer to what the whole thing is. So I can give you kind of like my perspective on what everything is. And it's really about just pushing forward, being innovative, creating stuff. That's really it. There is no real mission statement. There's not a business plan. It's really just it's like if you were an alpha or AKA, that's really all it is. It's like a family.
Yeah, community.
That's it.
I love that. You know, I feel like as Black people, we need to have a community out here and to stick together and to bring us together. So bringing that to Atlanta is so positive. I appreciate that and I admire that so much. So let's talk about personal training. What are some advantages and what should we look for to hire a personal trainer for us?
So we're speaking as a client?
Yes.
Okay, so I've never been a client, but I've been dealing with clients for 8 years. So one thing I could say, if you're a client, do not pick a trainer based on budget, because you're going to get what you pay for that at the end of the day. If you're looking just for a trainer that's only charging $100, you're going to find $100 worth of results. You know what I mean? So as a client, look for the trainer, not necessarily that's most expensive, you know what I mean? But look for a trainer that can cater to you. I tell a lot of trainers that I work with not to cater to clients, because if you try to cater to clients, you're going to be all over the place trying to please everybody. Be yourself, because your client that's meant for you is going to come to you. So as a client, I would just say, figure out where you are in your fitness level first. Like if you never had a trainer, Well, to me, I say this. When I get clients, like, if you can't do some push-ups or pull-ups, I'd rather not train you because my training style is a little bit too more advanced. It's like going to college without going to high school. You know what I mean? Like, you can't come to your freshman class at Georgia State if you didn't finish junior year of high school's history class. Yeah. Pretty much one of those situations. So, as a client, you just kind of want to know where you are on your fitness level, pretty much. Know what you want out of your trainer, and know if you're really doing this for results or know if you're doing it for a trend. Either way is fine, but one thing I've noticed is there's a lot of clients who are really in this because it's a trend. Like, it's cool to work out. It's cool to have on, you know, some joggers and Nike shirt or whatever. It's cool to have on the Air Maxes and leggings. Like, it's really cool to look like you work out. So if you're just the client who just wants to hop from gym to gym because this gym is really popular today, or this gym has all the cooler trainers, then know that. Just know you're gonna be hopping from trainer to trainer because you're just having fun. Yeah. Or if you really have like goals, know what your trainer is good at. Know that if you sign up with KC, you know you're going to be able to work on your speed and your vert. But if you really want to shred your core, you know to sign up with Will. You know what I mean? So you just kind of know, like, it's okay to have two trainers, but just know what you're getting. Know what you're going in for. Like, don't go into a trainer just because, and even if it is the cool thing to do, you can still do that. But kind of just know what you're there for so you can tell your trainer. Because I know I've stressed myself out a couple of times over clients who didn't really put in the work, but then I realized they're just here because it's cool. Like, it's literally the cool thing to do in 2019, 2018, just to go to the gym, post a picture on the wall, or take a picture with the mirror on the wall, post it and tag all the famous trainers that you follow. It's literally a trend. Yeah. So you kind of got to know what kind of client you are. If you're doing it for the fun, that's perfectly fine, but just kind of be open with your trainer about that.
Yeah. Hey, that's real though. How you said it's a trend right now. Some people are doing things for a trend. How do you stay motivated in your field when you see all these people popping out of the blue, just doing it for the clout?
So when it comes to personal training, I really treat this as a job. So I just don't care about nobody else. It's not a passion to me, and my heart is not in it. I love to work out, but I could care less about training people. You know what I mean? I'm a teacher, so teaching is in my blood, but you know, there's only so much you can push somebody who's 30-year-old to get in shape. So I wouldn't say my passion is in personal training. My passion is more into teaching. So I stay motivated and just focusing on what I have going on. Like, there's a lot of trainers pop up, a lot of online people pop up. That's cool. I'm not mad at your hustle. You know what I mean? Like, this is not my industry. I'm really good at this industry, but my heart is not in it. So, you know, I can't really put my 2 cents in. So I just stay motivated. I just try to teach myself. I try to stay ahead of the game, stay ahead of the curve, and just focus on what I got going on, because like you said, people are gonna pop up left and right, people are gonna fall left and right. So yeah, to make sure my people around me is cool and I'm cool and it's all good.
Gucci all here. What are you passionate about?
At the end of the day, what would I do for free is the real question. I would definitely work with animals for free, and I would definitely make or film videos for free. I wouldn't charge. Yeah, I wouldn't charge for neither one of those. Or I like working with kids, but I wouldn't work in a school for free. I would work with kids outside of school for free, and I would never go into schools because I did that before and I didn't like it. So I would never do that for free. I'd treat that as a job.
Yeah. Do you eat animals?
Do I eat meat and stuff? Yeah. And I do. And it's crazy because I love animals, but I don't love them to the point where don't kill them. I wouldn't kill them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Per se.
But I'm not gonna be mad if you put a plate of ribs in front of me, I'm gonna eat them.
Yeah,
you know what I
mean?
But if I see a chipmunk coming across the street, I'm gonna do the most not to hit it.
Yeah.
As long as it's not gonna cause no accident, I'm gonna try my best not to hit this little chipmunk that's going across the street. So I love animals. I love studying about insects, spiders, and snakes and all that good stuff.
That's dope. Can you give us some advice for upcoming personal trainers that are looking to get in this market?
The only advice I would tell people to do is understand if you're gonna make this your full time or your part time. You kind of gotta know that. You just need to know. You need to know what you're doing. You need to know if you're gonna take on 20 clients or if you can only take on 5 clients. So like all that is very important. You need to know if you have your meal plans ready. You need to know if what days you're gonna work out, or if you know what I'm saying. So for new trainers, kind of just know who you are. Know how to brand. It's really about branding. There's so many trainers out here, but what's gonna make you stand out from the next person? Everybody's training style is different, cool. But with social media playing a part of your business, you kind of got to stand out. So what are you going to do to put yourself out there? So
yeah,
that's what I would say.
Yeah, what are some ways you stand out?
We have clothes. That's honestly our biggest thing, is a lot of people don't even know we train. A lot of people just know us as a clothing line, which is perfectly fine. A lot of people just know us for clothes. A lot of people just know us for like traveling or doing yoga. So we just kind of stand out for branding ourselves, putting our logo on the mask, shirts. We even got to the point where other people are getting our logo tattooed on them. Like we've gotten to that for sure. Because I had the logo tattooed on me. My business partner has it. And then a couple other people that aren't even associated with the core group have it tattooed on them.
What?
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. So it's really just about branding, standing out.
I like that, yeah. Branding is so important, especially in this social media realm that we're in, and just learning how to brand yourself. I feel like you are the brand.
Yeah, you're a business. I guess Jay-Z did say he's not a businessman, he's a business. And everybody's a business, but a lot of people don't know how to sell themselves.
Yeah.
And I think that's where the line is drawn, is everybody's creative, everybody has something to bring to the table, but can you sell it?
Yeah.
And that's where the line is drawn. Are you able to sell it? If not, then you go work a 9 to 5. And there's nothing wrong working 9 to 5. Nothing wrong at all, but you're not capable of selling yourself. So
yeah, that you have to put yourself as the top priority. And you've been stating how you have to know yourself. And I want us to talk about self-love, because I feel like men don't take the time to do that self-love journey that they should do.
I agree. Why do you think that is, though?
I feel like men feel like they need a woman in order to lay up with someone, or just need a woman by their side in order to feel some type of love. Like they can't just have the discipline or have the self-control to maintain, to just focus on their calling in life. They feel like they need sex as to be a man.
I don't know. All of us guys are different. We all think and move differently. So let me see.
I would love to know a men's take on self-love.
Goes back to knowing yourself. Because you can't heal if you don't know what you got going on. So know yourself. Know what you've been through. Know where you want to go. Know your past. Know your childhood. Know some of the things that you couldn't understand as a kid. Ask your parents certain things. So it's really knowing yourself, because you can't heal. Well, I told somebody this analogy. It's like having a cut and going to get a Band-Aid, but you don't know what Band-Aid it is because you don't know what kind of cut it is. You know what I mean? You know you've been cut. You know you got to patch it up, but you haven't looked at the cut because you might be afraid of blood or something. So that's a good analogy that I like to use when it comes to like really learning yourself. You kind of got to know what has cut you in life. What do you got to heal from? Like what kind of Band-Aid are you going to use in order to get better or better yourself? I don't want to say get better, but it's really better yourself. So yeah, just knowing yourself really.
With that of knowing yourself and how you stated about the healing process, how did you heal as a man, especially a black man?
Heal from what? Just
childhood trauma, anything that you felt like you broke you. You said heal from what? We all been hurt before.
I just want to point out, this is used
like a heartbreak, anything that you felt like that
I'll say my parents getting divorced because I know that hurt me as a child because I was old enough to understand what it was. You know what I mean? I was in, 4th grade. So I've had conversations with them in the previous, because I'm 28 now. So I've had conversations with them in the past couple of years about the situation just to get a better understanding because I was only in 4th grade. You know, my brother was in 2nd and my sister my sister was 7 years younger than me, so I don't know where she was, but we were all young pretty much. Yeah. So you couldn't really grasp what was going on. You knew your parents were splitting, but you didn't really know what divorce and all that stuff really meant. So as I got older, I could tell that kind of bothered me, you know what I'm saying, when conversations, because I was adopted too. So it was like being adopted and then the people that adopted you, they divorced. So it's kind of like a lot of like splits, a lot of different roads. So I know talking about that, it used to bother me a lot. I wouldn't get mad or sad or anything, but I knew it would just sit on my head off for the rest of the day. So I guess healing from that or getting better with that was just communicating, talking to both my parents. You know, my mom's easier to talk to than my dad because I had to call my dad because he doesn't live close. So it was easy just to go talk to my mom. So I was able to talk to her. I was able to talk to my dad and kind of get different answers of the situation to kind of see where I come from, you know what I mean? Because once you get older, what you start to do is you start to understand what adults do. So when you go back to when you were 5 and your parents had to move, you know, maybe you realize that, oh, so your parents might have lost the house but didn't tell you. So now you're kind of looking at life different. You kind of understand where you're coming from. Because as a 5-year-old, you're just moving. You're going to a new school. You don't know if your parents got promoted or if they lost their job or if they got transferred. You don't know. All you know is you're going to a new school in August. You know what I mean? So I go back and kind of ask those questions that need to be asked and kind of heal that way. And not even healing because I'm hurt, but just healing because it's like buying a puzzle and there's missing pieces and now you got to go find the pieces. You know what I mean? So it's like, you just gotta I'm just trying to like put the pieces together. You know what I mean? There's pieces there, the foundation is there, but there's spots that are empty that you have to go search to find.
Yes, and as you said, like being an adult, we have to unlearn and relearn a lot of things just off of what we thought were the truth as just young, as being a child. But what stood out to me the most, how you said you were adopted. How was that whole experience, just being adopted?
I was adopted at 2 months. So I mean, I wasn't in the system long. So that doesn't bother me. But actually I have friends who've been in the system up until they're in their teens. So their story is completely different. I wasn't in the system that long. I got adopted with a good family when I was 2 months. I was born in Smyrna.
Wow.
Got adopted at 2 months. And that's really it. I don't really have no crazy story. I don't got no crazy story. I mean, I guess the only crazy thing that gets people stuck is that I don't know anybody that's blood related to me, and I don't know where to start. I don't know how to find them. So I think that's probably like the only crazy thing that I have to deal with.
Yeah, that's like a how you said pieces of the puzzle. Like that's a big piece of the puzzle.
Yeah, to know your roots. To like I always tell her, is like it's so interesting when I see people that look like each other, even if it's like you and your parents, because I don't have that. You know what I mean? So when I see people that look like each other, I think it's the coolest thing in the world. Like even twins, just to have somebody that looks like you, super cool. So yeah, I know that being adopted didn't bother me. My brother and sister are both adopted too from different places in the world. They're not my brothers and sisters, but we adopted them along the road. My brother was adopted. He's from Dublin, Georgia. It's like way south. And then we adopted my sister. She's from Kansas City.
Wow.
So my parents, they just, I don't know what their situation was, but they ended up adopting 3 kids. That's just how it was.
They are truly seem like they are angels sent by God, because just off of being 2 months old, they didn't know you and they just felt like an attachment towards you and was like, let me change your life, honestly, be a blessing. Because God knows, like, just being in the system and how that is. And it's mind-blowing that people just give up their kids. I don't know the circumstances or how that is, and just adoption. Like, I'm not educated in that area of just knowing how people can really just do that.
Well, a lot of people get stuck with the decision of abortion or adoption.
Yeah.
And adoption is definitely the decision they go to, because you never know what your child can. You never know what your child can grow up and be, so you don't want to kill it.
They don't want to kill it.
Yeah,
Get a
so
baby.
Yeah, at least give the child a chance to live a life. So I know it's got to be tough as a parent to give your child away, but if you know that for one, you were going to abort it, or for two, it was going to have a bad life if you would have kept it because you weren't in the situation that you needed to be in. Sometimes giving it up for adoption is literally, if you love them, let them go type situation. You know what I mean? Like, let them have a better life if you love them and you want better for them. So I know the situation. I guess it could be tough. I know some people who adopted kids because they can't have kids.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of different situations.
It's just mind blowing that you could be talking to your blood siblings and not even right and not be aware. And
it's
then
weird. You can see your parent. Well, you can walk past your parent in the mall and not even know. Like it's funny, but then when you think it's like, oh shit, like it's really crazy when you
don't want to do no insect.
You know what I mean? Like, luckily the world is big and everybody's all spread out. But just imagine if I was in a small town in Mississippi or something.
Yeah.
With just a couple of thousand people and I was adopted. You just never know what the situation is. So. And
then how you said, like, you don't know where to start, though, trying to figure out that piece of the puzzle.
Because the name was changed. I don't think I was given a name when I was born, but I was given a name when they sent me to the adoption home. So my name is in the same name as the lady who gave birth to me. So it'd be and you can either have a closed adoption or an open adoption. My adoption was closed.
Wow.
So no information was disclosed between parties.
I salute you for your strength and just like tackling this world because you know, like, we didn't choose to be here, like so just still maintaining just a strong character about yourself is truly remarkable out here, and I applaud you for real, because I understand, like, just having that clarity is necessary, especially for me. Like, I be asking questions, I be needing to know answers.
You got to, even if you got to ask the same question 5 times, you get 5 different answers, but it makes sense. That's how you get an average. You know what I mean? That's how, if I ask you something 5 times and you give me 5 different answers, I'm gonna know a lot more about you now.
Yeah.
Because now I know how you think. You know what I mean?
I wanted us to talk how you said about how you healed was with communication, though. Usually men don't be knowing how to talk, though. Men don't know how to communicate their feelings. Why is it so hard for especially black men to voice their feelings?
Men don't know how to. I don't think it's about men not knowing how to voice and talk about themselves. I think it's the same situation as women. You guys know what the problem. We just might not understand you. Same thing with us. We know what's going on. You just might not understand us. It's because we're literally 2 different species.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So we're not meant to think the same, but we're meant to sit and understand each other. So I think it's just I think men do talk. You just have to listen. Because one thing I notice is when guys say something more than once, it's on their mind. Even when the homies talk about something and they said it about 3-4 times, you gotta take the homie to the side and like talk to him like, you straight, you know what I'm saying? You know, spoke about this a couple times. I don't want to hear it no more. Let's just, talk about it. So you kind of just gotta know the homie or know the guy or know the man or whatever you would. Just know that person and understanding them. Because once you understand them, you don't have to ask them shit. You know what I mean? Once you understand somebody, you can just read them, feel their vibe, listen to them, and kind of get more of a energized answer. You know what I mean? Kind of like feel where they're coming from. So yeah, the homies talk. You just gotta understand. Not all homies talk the same. Not all guys talk the same. You gotta kind of understand. Like if he just wants to. If he's a guy that just only wants to talk to you when y'all take long trips, you know what I mean? Because I know I'm a guy that I love to talk when we're taking a trip down. It took like 50 minutes to come out here, so we're in the car just talking. So you just kind of got to know. You might be a guy that he's gonna want to talk to you when he's playing 2K, because that's when his mind is relaxed. You can talk to him then. So you just got to kind of understand, guys, because we different. We all just dealing with different stuff. You know what I mean? Everybody's dealing with different stuff, but we're all just different.
Yeah, we
Kinda
are.
just gotta understand how to talk to people.
Yes, and get on their level. I love how you said listen. I feel like women, we take a hard time. We like to talk a lot. We talk more than men. We talk. Y'all talk like I don't know how many words, huh?
You guys are tougher on us because you think we don't listen.
Yeah.
We do listen. We just calculate stuff differently. That's just,
Yeah.
I mean, that's just how men are. I mean, and if you look in the animal kingdom, a lot of women don't even deal with the men. All the man is there for is the breed. And then the man just disappears. I mean, but that's how it is. I mean, in the real world, sometimes it's not meant to have no conversation. Sometimes it's just that's it, and then you just go like sometimes. I don't know.
I feel like, how you said we are both different, but so how do we come to a common ground and a common understanding to do this world together and operate?
We gotta communicate, and we can't be split up with light skin and dark skin, or white or black or fat or skinny. We all gotta be one until we get to one and communicate. I'm just here now.
I'm just here.
Like honestly, like until you get everybody on the same page, which will it'll either not happen or be years until it happens, decades, centuries until it happens. If none of that happens, it's like we're all gonna just be here, and we're getting all these different energies from social media. Because one thing I dislike, I love social media. One thing I dislike is now we get an inside scoop on how women think when it comes to like dating, when it comes to looking at guys. Like I hate knowing what girls going through their mind, because now you get that, oh man, she might not want to talk to me because now look at her outfit. I seen a meme one time, and girls that wear their outfit, they're not gonna want to talk. You know what I mean? So you starting to see how the other sex thinks, and I think that's hurting us.
Yeah.
I think the conversation is shut down before it even starts.
It's very shallow. Mm-hmm. I feel like a lot of, I know this because I am a woman, like a lot of women are just after the bag right now, just after what men can do for them just financially.
Yeah, and then those same women say men don't run the world, and I'm like, y'all tripping, because if it wasn't for men, a lot of these women would be lost. Like men are always gonna have their stuff together, even if it's just for them. You know what I mean? Men will always figure it out. But women, I love all women, but it might get to the point where women just be like, I'm just let a man take care of me. You'll never really hear guys say that.
I mean, y'all do be needing mamas. Y'all do be needing your mamas, so y'all need women too.
Yeah, we definitely do need women. A lot of us do, a lot of us don't. But I know I definitely need the female energy around me, because I can be hard headed, and I know if I don't keep my mother around me, my girl, or my sister, or even my best friend's a girl too. If I don't keep them around me on a reoccurring occasion, I know I might spaz out. I know I might do some dumb shit. They just keep you level headed.
Yeah, they do.
You just gotta understand that these women bring different energies. You can't. For one, you can't have. This might be random, but I was talking to one of the homies yesterday. You can't have sex with every woman you're attracted to. Yeah. Because that kind of throws it off too. And same thing for women. Like some people are just really just cute to look at, but you shouldn't mix chemicals. You know what I mean? You should not. You should try to keep it separate, because it kind of messes it up, man. We're in hard times. Not hard times. We're just in a weird place right now to be throwing energies all over the place and stuff like that. So
and then putting all those toxic energies inside of you. That's why women are turning out crazy. I mean, and some men are crazy too. I feel like we just a crazy breed right now.
We are crazy, and I think as we get older, we're gonna have a lot of mental health problems due to phones, and due to instant gratification, and due to all this access.
Materialism too.
Yeah, we're going to be a really messed up old generation with memory loss, and we might have like hallucinating problems.
Wow, you don't got no hope for us.
It's not that I don't have no hope. You just got to kind of look at stuff. Look, I mean, before there was a car, there was a wheel. So you got to understand that shit evolves. You know what I mean? Like, we're the first generation with this in our pockets.
Yeah.
So we got to kind of understand 20, 30, 40 years, when we get in our 60s and our memories already going to be gone, just think about this. Think about how we forget something now that was only happened 30 minutes ago.
Yeah, tell us though about the power of sex for men, because I feel like sex can control a lot of people and can control.
We just talked about this the other day too. Sex is everything. I was talking to the homie. I was saying I was in a situation a couple years ago where I was about to drive like an hour or so to go kick it with this chick, and I realized I didn't even want to see that girl. All I wanted was to bust a nut.
Wow.
That was it. And I was finna drive a whole hour and a half there and a whole hour and a half back. That was 3 hours. I was gonna drive 3 hours to kick it with somebody I didn't necessarily even like.
Yeah.
So I think one of the things when it comes to sex is you can't have sex with every single thing that you find attractive. It's okay that you find it attractive. It's okay if you fantasize. It's okay if you do all that shit. Doesn't matter. But at the end of the day, sometimes you're just not meant to have sex with all these people, because the difference between, somebody said, why did our grandparents last so long in their marriages? And I'm saying because they didn't have as much options as we had. We can go on the phone and talk to millions and millions of people just like that. Our grandparents only could date the people they worked with or went to school with or lived in their neighborhood. They didn't have access to the world. So I think when it comes to sex, you kind of got to protect that. You got to protect that energy, protect it to yourself. And if you want to go kick it with a chick and you know you horny, you know, go do what you do. And then after that, if you still want to go kick it with it, then that means you really like her. Then that means you really want to spend time with her. And that's genuine. But if you just kicking it just to smash, it's really hurting you to anything. Yeah, you're going to get that pleasure of smashing, but at the end of the day, the connection might be lost. Y'all might never talk again. You know what I mean? There's going to be weird vibes or whatever. Yeah. So I think sex can definitely ruin you. Sex can control you. You just got to kind of control it. But right now it's kind of hard, man. Like I go on Instagram and see nothing but titties and twerking videos. You know what I mean?
OnlyFans is popping, honestly.
So it's like sex is all around you. You kind of gotta not look at some of that stuff. You kind of gotta get away from it, and it's tough. That's what I was gonna say. There's so many distractions right now that it's kind of hard to stay focusing on your grind, because there's just so many ways to occupy your time.
Yeah, I love how you said it is a distraction. How men, you guys can just go on your phone. There's so many options now. So can a man be faithful in this generation?
Can a man be faithful?
Yeah, can y'all be faithful?
Yeah, man can be faithful. A woman can be faithful. Now, are relationships ideal right now? No. Because I just think there's just so much shit going on. Now, unless you find that person and you really love them, men can be faithful, women can be faithful. It's all a choice. You just have to, you literally, even for me, because I mean, I don't try to be faithful, but I find myself like, oh man, I could easily cheat in this situation, because it's so easy to cheat. And like I said, everybody can be faithful, but it's a choice. It comes down to if you want to be faithful or not. Like, you can't use no type of excuse. It's up to you if you want to pull your thing out and put it in somebody else. You make that decision.
Yeah.
So you can definitely be faithful, but a lot of people,
why is it so hard?
A lot of people aren't meant to be in relationships. I don't know why people think
everybody's supposed to be in a relationship.
Relationships, that's a social construct. Like I said, in Animal Kingdom, sometimes men and women do not stay together.
Right.
Your only thing is there to breed, and that's it. A lot of us humans, there's a lot of humans out here who aren't meant to be in relationships. They might be cool people, wonderful people, but we're just not meant to be. Not me, but people aren't meant to be in relation. They aren't meant to be committed to one person. That's just not how their brain and how, I guess, their life is supposed to be. And
but why is it normalized though? That feels like everybody.
Why are taxes normalized? Why is life insurance, car insurance normal? No, other countries don't have that.
Yeah.
So I guess it's just normalized. I mean,
relationships are just not for everybody.
They're not. Some people, and then some people are. You might have a friend that might get out of a relationship in September, and now she's one in November. You know what I mean? Like, some people are just not that she's a hoe. She just might really like always have to be cuddled, or always might be next to that person, or they just always addicted to the love. Because there's a lot of people underestimate addictions, but you can be addicted to filming podcasts if you put if you were there. So I think some people might be addicted to just being in a relationship. They might be addicted to being able to take that picture, addicted to go to sleep next to somebody, addicted to waking up next to somebody. No matter who it is, they just feel like they gotta be in that relationship, and they make it work, and I'm gonna fix them up, or I'm gonna put her on game such and such and such. But I think some people aren't meant for relationships. This is not who you are. Yeah,
that's not healthy to be addicted to someone else.
It can be. Well, nothing is. No addiction. No addiction is healthy. But I mean, there are some pros to it. I mean, that person could be the person who changes your life for the good. You know, since you were so addicted to it, you learned and grasped so much. So there are some pros and cons, but no addiction is 100% pros.
Yeah, at all. Right. Man, so tell us about the importance of mental health for you and just being a black man in America.
The importance of mental health for me, I think it's really important. It's real important because there are stigmas, there are different narratives out there, and so you gotta just have your head on level. You gotta be straight. You gotta be focused. So mental health is really, to me, it's really all about knowing yourself, knowing your surroundings, and know what you have going on. Because if you don't know what you got going on, you could easily just throw your whole life away by one little thing you do out in public or whatever is going on. So you gotta have that mental health in check because tensions are high. You know, there's the whole race thing is high right now. So you just gotta kind of understand. Don't let yourself get in a slump. Understand what makes you happy. Understand what kind of energy you feed off, and understand what kind of energy that you attract. And put yourself around those type of people. Find yourself before you lose yourself, I guess.
Yeah, no, find yourself before you lose yourself. That's a quote right there. That's a quote. And I love how you say you're in media and film, and that's your passion. I feel like we need black media more than ever.
But we need black media who doesn't sell out.
Yes!
One of the things that I get really upset about is when people say support black businesses, but then they don't realize who these black businesses are funded by. And it's like, I understand what you're saying. You want to support black businesses, but you got to understand, as soon as you give this black business their money, you got to understand where that money is going to. So at the end of the day, you might be initially supporting the black business, but at the end of the day, that dollar is going to go back to the top.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, you got to be black and or whatever color you want to be, but you got to do that, but be independent. Do not sell out.
Yeah.
Create your own lane so you don't have to be, stifled on what you put out and what you say.
Yeah. Be monitored. Like, it's crazy. Like, the people at the top need PR so people can talk to them. They can't really talk to us. And we can't look at these celebrities as civil rights leaders when they are, how you said, sellouts. Yeah, they're getting funded by people who don't even look like us. And I love how you said be independent. It can be hard being independent, but I feel like it's safer and you have your freedom that way.
Yeah. I think a lot of people don't like to be independent because they put all of their eggs into one thing. And it's when I tell people it's okay to have a 9-to-5, because a 9-to-5 will keep you from selling out your business. Because what you have going on here is super nice, but somebody might come in and be like, hey, here's $50,000. I'm gonna put you in this studio. I'm gonna give you all these lights and this TV, but here's a script. You know what I mean? Like, fuck that script. I don't want that. Right. I want to talk about what I want to talk about. I'll stay
how he was just chopping it up.
Yeah, and I'll do my own thing with this, in this space, with the AC. I'm cool. I don't need no 16,000 square. You know, I don't need all of that if you're going to give me a script.
Yeah.
Because now I got to say what you say, or wanted me to say. Just like how Nick Cannon got in trouble. He spoke out about some shit. MTV said, look, no, we're paying you such and such amount. You need to stick, even if it was on your podcast,
right?
We still fund you.
And
you know
then you gotta apologize for saying the truth.
That's why I don't want. I'm gonna be independent forever. I'm not gonna say even if I never make it big, that's cool. I'm gonna still be here forever.
And you no, but the thing is, what's big? What is your definition of big?
Same people that can make it big can tear you down. Like B. Simone, she was telling me because we like to just watch random shit and. I didn't know who B. Simone was, and same thing as Jess Hilarious. Like, people made her famous, but as soon as they speak on something that they passionately feel about, they tear them down, and now you're canceled.
Right, and that's what we are, like a cancel culture for our community. And I feel like it's tough. At least need to, if yes, we are going to slip up, we're going to make mistakes, but let's get each other in check, but we don't got to cancel them.
And mistakes and then speaking your truth is two different things, too. So you can't, how can you cancel and be upset with somebody who you've supported and done and like whatever they've been putting out, but as soon as the person that you support like really just speaks on how they speak and it doesn't agree with how you feel, you cancel them. It's like, what's the point of even trying to get your attention in the first place? if I'm gonna make one slip up and you don't care about me, my whole future is down the drain because the whole internet canceled me.
And that's how you going back to just knowing who you are and just staying firm of who you are, I feel like is key out here, because then you're going to attract the right people. Just being authentic to yourself and your brand. That's incredible, man. I love it, and I definitely think independent is the route to go.
You gotta stay independent, because you just have total control. I remember this YouTuber was talking the other day saying he wanted ESPN to sign him so he could start doing little segments for ESPN. I was like, that's cool, but then you're gonna have to say whatever Disney, because Disney owns ESPN. You're gonna have to say whatever Disney wants you to say.
Yeah.
And now because he said he wants to go work for ESPN and put out real stories, and that's not how the industry works.
Yeah.
If somebody puts you in this position, they're gonna want you to talk about what they want you to talk about.
And they definitely don't want us to wake the people up. They don't want us to talk about real stuff that can spark the minds of people and change the thought process and provoke the mindsets. I don't want this.
That's why a lot of these rappers, because people say that rap is dead and rap is garbage, and rap is not dead, rap is not garbage. It's just the stuff that's being pushed, and the people who are signing these deals don't have shit. So if you come to a dude in the hood that's got 3 or 4 kids and you say, here's $5 million, you know what I mean? Come do 2 albums. Yeah. Here's $5 million.
Talk about,
I'm gonna change your whole life.
Yeah.
Of course he's gonna jump. You know what I mean? But at the same time, now he's gonna have to rap whatever Universal tells him to rap. So it's like,
and that's why I really dislike about that, because they're promoting gangster rap. They're promoting,
because those are people who are signing. Real rappers and people who putting out real shit don't sign deals.
Yeah.
They'll forever be good, but they'll never be big.
And that's okay, man.
That's fine.
And that's what I'm like. It's okay to just be in this world, not of this world. But we are driven off of materialism now. So we want the chains, we want the drip in order to feel like that's success. And I don't agree that's successful.
But you got to think those people who think that's successful is all they see. Because I've realized that growing up. I'm a suburb kid, so I ain't grow up in the city. So I know what a full pantry looks like. So a kid in the city might not know what a full pantry look like. So if he gets offered that $5 million, he's like, oh shit, I can have 10 pantries. You know what I mean? Not knowing that it's just a pantry. It's just, some food that you probably won't even eat.
Yeah. Yeah. What's your definition of success?
My definition of success is happiness. Like for me, when I know I made it when I'm on the beach and I'm sitting out in my boxers and some flip-flops. That's when I know I've made it in life. Like this, I am successful now that I do not care what nobody has to say.
Yeah.
I got plenty of money to do whatever I want to do, and I'm not on nobody's clock.
Yeah.
So that's really success to me. Being happy. I guess people can say money is their success, or having a lot of stuff could be successful to them, but money comes and goes. I can lose $1 million today and then get another $1 million tomorrow. So.
Kobe didn't take none of them coins with him. So it's just like, if that's your driving force, oh buddy, you gotta find another focus.
The money can come and go, so I don't know if that makes you successful.
That is not.
Because what if you go broke? Does that mean you're not successful anymore? Like, you already made the money, but now you're broke, so you're unsuccessful? So it kind of just, I don't put money as a success.
Yeah, but that is like, people are defined off of money, and I don't think that should be your driving force.
I guess
to
if
do
you don't
things.
have it, it will be. Somebody who has money doesn't look at money like somebody who doesn't have it. You don't have it, you think it's the world, but when you have it, you know it's nothing.
Yeah, and how you said, like, people are selling them souls out for money, though. Like, you are selling your soul for money.
Something who's literally a piece of paper. It's more money in 2020 is more so like points.
Yeah.
It's not like there's no real value behind it. So money is literally, like I said, money is points. Money is literally points because it doesn't have any significant value.
Literally.
Like it's literally just a piece of paper that has a 5 or 20 or 50 on it. You know what I mean?
And dead presidents at that, white presidents. It's like, wow, we are really in a maze.
Yeah, it's just
by it.
It's crazy. Like
like y'all really want these dead presidents.
You'll do anything to get money, but it really doesn't have no value. Yeah. Like, it might pay your bills, but I mean, what are bills? You know what I mean?
And that they just construct it for us in order to, like, don't need none maintain of this. Life. Yeah, we don't. And I feel like when you are strong and have value for yourself and morals, you're not going to be phased off of the glitz and glam that they try to perceive to us. Yo, this talk was amazing. And how we close this bag talk session is fill in that bag. So I'm going to start the sentence and you finish it out for me. Okay. Being in my spiritual bag looks like.
Shoot. I'm not good at these. Being in my spiritual bag looks like my headphones on and in the gym working out. Like, that's when you know I'm in the zone.
In the zone. My legacy is.
My legacy would definitely be Flexlanta. Like, I know this would be here, like, forever. Like, it's just really not going nowhere at this point.
So going nowhere we in.
My legacy is long lasting.
Yes,
for sure.
How you said longevity is so necessary. Self-discipline is important.
It's just up there with self-love and mental health. Like, if you're not disciplined with what you got going on, how are you gonna ever achieve anything?
Yeah.
How are you ever going to stay with something and feel that feeling of accomplishing something? So, yeah, self-discipline is everything.
Come on with it. So how can we stay connected with you and keep up with you, what you got going on?
The best way right now is to see what we have going on. Is just follow the YouTube. Follow the YouTube, because that's the central location for all of our content. If you go on Instagram and follow the page, the Flexlanta page, you're more than welcome to do so. But we're kind of limited on what we put on there because we want you guys to go to YouTube. Because we can just put more stuff out on YouTube. Longer videos, better content.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Instagram's kind of just for quick excitement.
Yeah,
but our YouTube,
it's like people got so short attention spans now.
So YouTube, we put out the good stuff. We put out the 10, 15-minute videos to really bring you guys into what we have going on. Let you guys kind of feel what we have going on. But just stay tuned on there.
What's the YouTube name?
It's Flexlanta. You can type in hashtag Flexlanta TV or Flexlanta Television, and everything will pop up. We have music. We have videos from our tour back in 2017. We went to a couple cities, did a little fitness tour. We got workout videos. Soon we'll have some cooking shows.
Yeah.
We'll have a couple of kids arts and craft shows.
Awesome.
Those are in the works. So really just YouTube. You find everything on there. You can go there, like I said, go to our Instagram, Flexlanta, and you'll find everybody's personal stuff they have going on. But the YouTube is pretty much where we keep everything together.
Awesome. Man, this was amazing. So many gems. That bag was dropped on this session. And please leave us with this bag about self-discipline and self-control for young men out here.
Stay masked up too, guys.
Hey, yeah, breathe too.
And look. The cool thing about this mask, guys, if you ever come across this mask, definitely get it, because we're the first brand with glow in the dark masks. Like, I haven't seen anybody else's mask that glows in the dark, but these you can wear outside.
Oh yeah,
of course.
y'all just making this fashion statements now.
So when you go inside of a building, you're gonna be the only person with a lit up mask. So this is definitely it. Definitely.
Glow. Okay, yes, glow for it. And hey, leave us off with that self-discipline and self-control for young men out here.
So look, the new campaign coming up in 2021 is self-awareness, and that kind of ties everything together: self-discipline, self-love, all of that stuff. Kind of knowing who you are, know where you come from, know the people around you, and just understanding. You know what I'm saying? Just understand who you are as a person, you are as a businessman, and understand who you are as a business. Understand those things. Life, I'm not going to say life is going to be easier for you, because life is definitely hard, but you'll have a stronger grip on the things that happen to you in life if you'll have self-awareness.
Come on with it. Self-awareness is so key. Self-love is necessary, and mental health is important. Thank you so much for tuning in to another Bag Talk session. We're going to be back at it with another one. Peace.